If you guys are looking for a new game to pass the time until GTA 6 gets here, check out G2A with the link in the description and use cashback code BOSS if you want to save a little bit extra as well. It's been nearly 9 months since the GTA 6 trailer first released, and I'm still learning new details that I haven't seen before. We'll be talking about what those are and more all in this video today. So that's right, in just a few short days, the GTA 6 trailer is going to hit its 9-month anniversary since releasing in December 2023. And I've watched the trailer probably hundreds of times at this point, and I've found a couple of things that I've never talked about before and never really noticed until now. And if you go back and watch the trailer yourself, one thing you'll notice is that it very much looks like a lot of the interiors that Rockstar have will be enterable. And a user long time actually wrote about this under Rage Improvements, procedural 3D interiors using advanced dynamic LOD and instancing techniques. Evidence suggests these interiors are likely enterable. Given the scale and quality of generation, it's unlikely they'd invest these resources in something purely visual when easier methods exist. A patent for this system exists and describes the ability to purchase and customize these interiors in-game. Additionally, leaked footage shows NPCs populating rooms, hallways, and lobbies of other buildings, including a hotel supporting the idea of fully accessible residential buildings and similar usage for commercial hotels and motels. One of the trailer shots allows us to see straight through the front and back windows of a house, something that really isn't possible with parallax interior mapping. Another trailer shot shows corner windows on a condo building with visible interiors. Parallax interiors, like those used in Spider-Man 2018, have clear inconsistencies when viewing the same room from two windows around the corner of a building, suggesting that we are seeing real 3D geometry in this shot. Additionally, the way the light hits objects in these interiors, including indirect lighting from ray-traced global illumination, further suggests that we are seeing real 3D geometry, thanks to Rockstar's new dynamic LOD system, similar to Unreal Engine 5's nanite and current generation hardware. Rendering hundreds of these interiors at once is a lot easier to pull off. However, interiors must still be rendered as 2D images from a distance. And outside of the examples that they gave in that document, you can see a handful of other ones throughout the trailer. Like, for example, when the Rockstar Games present text comes on screen, you can see several of those condos or apartment complexes look like they have different items out on their balconies, whether it be surfboards or whether it looks like it's towels being thrown over the actual railing so they can dry off, or other little accessories that you might see. It really does make these worlds feel like they are being populated by actual people and not just all completely empty. I know it's hard to see because Rockstar haven't given us the full 4K version of the trailer, only obviously the one they've uploaded to YouTube. It still has not come up on their newswire, but we can still gather tons of little details like this. And even in the very next shot, which what I assume is another look at some of those apartment buildings, you can actually see what looks to be either a person standing on the edge of the balcony, certainly a ton of accessories, whether it be towels hanging over the railing or whether it be like beach or pool, inflatable rings or surfboards. There's a ton of stuff that Rockstar have put outside that really does make these apartments feel like they are real. And so it was reading that page of the document that got me inspired to go back and look at other things in the trailer that I hadn't really noticed before. So let's go over them right now. This one comes in the very first shot as we're looking over the 4-lane highway near the prison and water treatment plant. In the far right-hand corner, you can actually see these 3 massive industrial smokestack towers. I wonder what that is going to be used for, and I also wonder how far away that is. So we definitely know there's going to be some sort of industrial-level factories that you can find in GTA 6. I also, believe it or not, never noticed these pictures of Stephanie right here. I feel like they're so obvious, but I just never, for whatever reason, looked over her shoulder. There also seems to be a little mannequin of a kitty cat. So we don't know a lot about Stephanie. We know her role in this penitentiary or prison. We know that she certainly has either lots of friends or family based on all the pictures behind her. She seems to enjoy going out at night or hanging out with friends, but she also might be a fan of cats. I don't think that's a real cat. Certainly looks like a sculpture, but I guess only time will tell. But anyways, let's move on. One thing in this shot that's kind of interesting is you can see the NPCs getting out of this white cheetah. One thing that's kind of crazy to think about is they might have actually parallel parked this vehicle, because the blue Comet behind it and the red Carbonazare in front of it, their car is off. It's been there. So that means the only way they would have gotten their vehicle in this location is if they parallel parked the vehicle. Now, Rockstar might have just set this up using some trailer editing magic. There's a good chance for something like that, but they could have parallel parked this vehicle, which is something I don't think we've ever seen NPCs doing in a Grand Theft Auto game. Now, moving on, this next shot right here is one of my favorite from the trailer. It looks to be a bridge leading to and from the Florida or Leonida Keys, and we can actually gather a lot here. But one thing that sticks out to me that I was like, how does that make any sense? Is this yacht slash big boat right here? Look at the direction it's coming from. You can tell which way it's going, obviously based on the way it's traveling, but the wake it's creating in the background, how could it have come from that direction? There is an unfinished bridge that doesn't look like it is either A, wide enough, or B, tall enough to get the boat through. I guess technically the boat could have gone like right up to the bridge and then made a turn, and that's where we see the shot. But that seems very unlikely. Again, probably just a little trailer inconsistency there from Rockstar, but just something I happened to notice. One thing I've also started noticing more is the amount of NPCs that react to things that are happening in the trailers themselves. Like, for example, we're looking at this alligator or crocodile entering this convenience store, and you can immediately see this NPC in the green or black shirt. He jumps out of the way. The guy just enjoying a coffee or whatever in the corner, he turns around like, what the heck is going on? Weirdly enough, the cashier or the guy in red doesn't seem to be bothered at all. There's a group of NPCs that are just watching outside, and then there's even some on the sidewalk that seem to be waving towards the people inside the convenience store. I found that to be so cool. Again, NPCs seem to be reacting so much to all the things going on here, including in the very next shot, which you can see is the guy being chased by the police officer in front of the gas station. You can see those guys are turned around just watching this unfold. It seems like that's going to be a big part of this world, is NPCs reacting to things that are going on. Now, moving on, in this next shot right here, the Thrill Billy Mud Club scene, there's actually something I never noticed before in the background. It is a massive row of portable toilets or porta potties. I wonder if we'll actually be able to go inside of those. Like, imagine hiding from the police if you had a wanted star and you hide inside of a porta potty. That would be kind of a cool way to escape. Just something I kind of noticed from the Thrill Billy Mud Club. I can't believe after watching the trailer nearly 100 times, I'm just noticing this now, but this is the Florida man. This is the guy watering his lawn, essentially in a thong. I literally just noticed that it is raining in this scene. He's watering his grass and it's raining. You can see the raindrops coming down. You can see he's literally standing in a puddle. It's just something that absolutely makes no sense. But then again, it's Florida, and this is the Florida man that Rockstar is trying to portray and the crazy stuff that they ultimately do. One thing I noticed in this screenshot right here is the massive crane in the background. So it looks like a building is obviously under construction here, and this should ring a bell because we have a massive building in GTA 5 that's been under construction since day one and is still yet to be completed, and that is the Mile High Club. So it does beg the question whether or not Rockstar is just going to have these buildings that are forever under construction, or if it's going to update over time like what we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's actually a great segue to this next shot right here, which actually shows us some buildings that are under construction. You can see in the far left-hand corner, it looks like it has the framing of a house that is being built, and that reminded me very much of Red Dead Redemption 2, where in like chapter 2 or 3, you could see a building under construction, come back several chapters later, and you would find it complete, which was very cool. It added to the dynamicness of the world and made it feel like you weren't just stuck in one point in time. So I found that to be very fascinating. And building off of that, in this shot right here, you can see kind of near the billboard of We Have Shoes, you can see some trees have actually fallen over and are leaning on the power lines. That's kind of a cool feature as well. I don't know if there's like trees that are just fallen over in either Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 5. And it kind of adds to the landscape of this area, which seems like a little bit more of like a rundown part of town. A very cool little detail there from Rockstar. And one other detail that I noticed, NPCs in vehicles will react to inconveniences to their commute. So in this first one right here of the Weasel News no overturning zone, you can see this guy in this sort of compact SUV right here as he's driving has his hand and his head out the window, seemingly like yelling at someone or something, or just voicing his displeasure of the current situation. And in the next Weasel News clip, Dirt Bike Dirtbags, not only can you see some NPCs waving on the sidewalk, as well as someone that's straight up just parking their car on the sidewalk and getting out at the same time. They just said, screw it, that's where I'm going to park this car. You can't stop me. But there's a guy in a Futo who actually is being stopped by police officers, like his commute is being disrupted, and he actually throws his hand out the window as to say, like, you got to be kidding me, or like, what's up with this going on right here? So some really cool NPC reactions here that I've never noticed before. And going back and looking at the trailer like this has made me realize that there's probably a lot more stuff that I missed. So I'll probably do some more videos like this. Let me know in those comments down below if you would like to see more sort of details you didn't notice and some unnoticed things from the first GTA 6 trailers. We're waiting for Rockstar to give us something new, like screenshots or trailer number 2. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.